The prop bets were unveiled a week ago. The boards across all of these sports books flipped over all at once across the strip, highlighting the hundreds of bets that you could make outside of your spread, over-under, and straight money line.
It is awesome. You get a Propapalooza. And look, you can get lines offshore on things like how long will Taylor Swift be on camera for? Mm-hmm. Which, those are fun. I like those when you have like at the Super Bowl party, you put the sheet together and you do the betting
squares?
sheet. And you have a sheet together. Squares are one thing. Yeah. Everybody does squares. But you put a sheet together of all of the ancillary props. Like you'll have the over-under on,
Anthem.
Yards of Deebo Samuel. But yeah, you'll have Anthem, coin toss, Gatorade bath, Taylor Swift. Those are all great. Oh, those are a ton of fun to have at the Super Bowl party. And if you don't have one, make sure you're the person to put it together.
Thanks.
Put those feelers out there to make sure you have that prop sheet ready to go because it has a little bit of juice and everybody likes that, right?
Bet some tortilla chips on it.
No, bet some money on it. Responsibly bet some money on it, but you put the kitty together. Everybody puts in $5
expressly for entertainment purposes.
There you
only.
go. It's all good and fun. It's all good fun that you have there. But then you have some in-game props that are truly awesome.
I decided to take nothing but obscure props because that's what Super Bowl's fun for.
Yep.
Do you have your list?
I do.
You do? Okay. You want to start us off?
Yeah. Okay. Because this one I got longest touchdown. I always like this one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Longest touchdown. The over-under set at 39.5 at Circa. And so I went back and I looked over the last 20 Super Bowls. How many games have we had a touchdown of over 39.5 yards, so 40 yards or more? Vegas knows what they're doing. 10-10. But there is a trend over the last 20 years. We have never had more in the last 20 years, more than 2 games in a row have a touchdown of over 40 yards or more.
Oh.
Yeah. And guess what we've had the last 2 Super Bowls? A touchdown of over 40 yards or more. So I'm going to go under the 39.5 yards for a touchdown in Super Bowl 58 because in the last 20 Super Bowls, you've only had back-to-back years. You've never had a run of 3 or more. And really, if you look at it, since they put, oddly enough, the chuck rule, the bump and run at the line of scrimmage, that was kind of like the death of having the long touchdowns because we had 6 straight from Super Bowl 33 to 38. We had 6 straight Super Bowls of it with a touchdown of over 30 yards or more. And really since then,
they said no.
We haven't had it because guess what? You miss on your jam. He's running right past you.
Bah.
Tutty buddy. And so I'm going to go under 39.5 for the longest touchdown of the game.
I like that. I think that's a pretty safe play. Like I said, all mine are going to be a little bit different in the sense of what I picked. For those that are unaware of what a scoregami is a unique score in the NFL. How many unique scores do you think there's been in NFL history?
In NFL history?
Yes.
I think I saw that there's only... of the possible ones, there's only like
not a ton left,
22 left or something like that are even
feasible,
possible.
Yeah,
that are even possible. So to get it in a Super Bowl would be truly wild.
And it has happened. In fact, 48-6 when the Seahawks beat the brakes off the Broncos. That was a scoregami. It has in fact happened 3 times in the Super Bowl era. There are 1,084 so far unique scores in NFL history, 9 of them coming this year. I like that. It's a 5% chance. We're going to get a little weird. I'm going to take the yes on the scoregami. It is a plus 2,000.
Do you know what scoregamis are available still? Do you know, because that would be super weird. Like, if you're hoping for like a 19-2 game, I don't think you're going to get that.
let me grab these real quick. No, there is a what is it? 39-22 is a opening. 32-22 is an opening. 32-12 is an opening. There's a bunch at 32 interestingly enough.
Okay.
So I'm looking at total points around that range. Like I said, the 32-22 one is there. The 32-19 is also there. So there is a distinct line. 32 is a weird spot to land.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it just because it's fun. But the no on a scoregami is minus 10,000.
I'm trying to think of how you get to 32. Like 32 is hard to get to.
It's a weird number to get to. It is.
Because you're looking at, you got
4 touchdowns with
four touchdowns.
One of them being a 2-point conversion and then also a field goal.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
A little weird.
That's a tough. That is very tough. Here's one that you don't have great odds on.
Or you could get 2 touchdowns and 6 field goals.
Sure. There you go. Odd or even. First touchdown scored by a player wearing an odd or even number.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Think of the even number of guys that
go odd with CMC.
Odd is going to be your odds are in Odd's favor.
Yes.
Because Isaiah Pacheco wears number 10. He is even. But then you think of Travis Kelce.
87.
He wears 87. George Kittle's 85. Debo Samuel's 19. Christian McCaffrey's 23.
Ayuk is 11.
Yep. Brandon Ayuk is 11.
Mahomes is 15.
If you think if you're thinking
you ran it in,
the first touchdown is going to be by the San Francisco 49ers, Odd is overwhelmingly in your favor unless you think Kyle Juszczyk is going to be the first touchdown scorer because he's at 44, Purdy's 13, everybody that touches the ball for the 49ers is odd, and you could lay it down and you're going to be pretty good. You're going to be set pretty good with that one.
I'm going to go with the traditional heads versus tails. It is there. And in fact,
minus 104 and minus 103, I think is it.
Yes, and what is minus 104?
Heads?
No.
Tails? Tails never fails.
Exactly. The tails never fails gets them the slightly worse odds.
I like it.
So I'm going to take tails because, tails never fails.
I got one here. The Super Bowl MVP, and this is not an obscure one by any means. Isaiah Pacheco is plus 2,600.
I saw that and I was like, that seems like good value. For a guy that's going to touch the ball probably a ton.
And
he's going to touch the ball probably 20 times.
And where is San Francisco the weakest on their defense?
Ding, 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 ding.
Outside
ding,
in the run game. So if the Chiefs win and he has a big game.
Let's say he gets 90 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. What does Mahomes have to do to take that away from him?
Mahomes is plus 155. It's a game-winning drive, right? And that's it. If it's a tight
3
game.
touchdowns. It's got to be a performance that stands out.
But if you want value on anybody but Patrick Mahomes really Brock Purdy,
it's Pacheco.
Pacheco's plus 2,600, but Travis Kelce's plus 1,400. Which, if you're getting better odds with Pacheco than Kelce, I'm going to go with Pacheco on that. And then if you look at it on the 49ers side, some of the Debo Samuel's plus 2,500, Christian McCaffrey's plus 425, which I think is pretty good odds
decent.
there.
Considering how much he's going to touch the ball.
Kittle is plus 6,500, and I think that goes back to his playoff numbers. Brandon Ayuk is at plus 5,500 for Super Bowl MVP, and if he gets loose and has a big game, watch out.
Look at the Bengals in the Super Bowl. It wasn't Chase. It was T. T's the one who had the big game. So if the secondary guy gets loose, I could see that being him in that case. I went with another weird one: a kicker or punter making a solo tackle.
What are we got odds on that?
Oh yeah, plus 950 yes, minus 1550 no. Give me the yes.
Whoa.
Give me the kicker or punter making a tackle.
All right. I got Chiefs, the first team to score in the game, the Kansas City Chiefs. In this one, because if you look at it, and this really just goes back to who you believe will win the game, because teams that score first in the last 7 Super Bowls are 6-1. In the last 7 Super Bowls, the team to score first is 6-1. So you can get plus 195 for the Niners, first to score and win. And then first to score and win for the Chiefs is plus 220. I don't know that. I don't know that. I can try to look that up for you.
I was wondering if maybe it was the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know. But teams that score first win 68% of the time.
It's a good number.
68% of the time, it works every time.
Not too bad.
I think I'm going to go with the Gatorade. I'm calling red.
You're going red.
Going red.
See, I was.
It's fair. That's a good call with both these teams being red.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with blue on that one.
Okay.
I feel like blue's the play because red's too close. I've got a last point scored prop, and that is the type of last point scored, whether it is an extra point, touchdown, safety, field goal. And I am going to go with field goal.
Okay.
I'm not going to go with the extra point. The cheapest money is on the extra point because it would be following a touchdown on whatever drive and anybody chasing something. That would probably be it. That is a plus 180 for the extra point. It is a plus 450 on the field goal.
Okay. Now here's one that if you can find a line on this, and you're going to have to go offshore for it, but this is a good one. The last team to score, we went over. First team to score is 6-1. The last team to score in the Super Bowl has won 13 straight.
Pays the close.
Pays the close. 13 straight. So if you can find last to score, you're going to have to go offshore for it. But last team to score, if you can find that, get your money on that one. That's a good one. And you know what is odd is that you right now, like the Taylor Swift, I can't really find anything on how long she'll be on TV for, because they've had that before. Remember when it was the Harbaugh? It was how many seconds will Jim and John Harbaugh's parents be on the screen? Yep. Or you get like the how many times will they be mentioned in the broadcast? I've not been able to find the Taylor Swift, which tells me that somebody knows that there's an edict down from CBS on we're either going to avoid or we're going to lean into Taylor Swift being on here. And I'm tending to believe with the numbers that we've seen,
those ones can also can be manipulated a ton, which is why you would probably see stuff starting to come off the board for that. Because it's informational. You can dictate it.
Something tells me that that data that we just got an email saying that 41% of people 18 to 34 in their household are watching because of Taylor Swift's involvement with the Super Bowl. They're more interested in the game. Something tells me the NFL, to the chagrin of people out there, they will be mentioning Taylor Swift, and they're going to continue to show her as they have, which, folks, it's not a lot.
No,
it's not a lot. And I bet you when they do show her, I bet they're going to show her more than you think, either before, during, and after the Usher concert during halftime, because that's
usually when they're going to be there.
That's usually the time that also the hardcore football fans, they take their break, and the people that are in for the ancillary stuff will show us.
Yes, 100%. My last one here, total points or longest field goal, meaning the yardage of the longest field goal being more or less than the total points. I'm going to take the total points. I don't think we're going to get any 50-yarders, and I'm taking over 47.5.
Wow.
So go ahead.
That's a good one. That's a long field goal, but you're indoors. You don't have to worry about any elements being an issue whatsoever in this, except for the stupid field, which will probably be an issue.
That and both these teams have solid kickers. Neither of these kickers are guys that go out there and hammer 55-yarders endlessly. So I think you're probably looking at the 50-yard field goal as being the most. And I think that you're probably looking 46-48 is where you're comfortable. And the line being at 47.5, I'm taking the over, thinking this is going to be a 50-51 point game. I'm going to go ahead and take the total score.
All right. We mentioned how do you get to 32? We have had 32 in a Super Bowl. Super Bowl 38, the Patriots beat the Carolina Panthers 32-29.
There you go.
They got a touchdown. They got a touchdown from Deion Branch with an extra point. David Givens with the touchdown and an extra point. Then they went 4 touchdowns with extra points and a 41-yard field goal. And I'm trying to see where they got the other. Oh, they had a 2-point conversion. After Mike Vrabel's 1-yard touchdown pass from Brady, they had a 2-point conversion to make it 29-22 to go up by 7, and they got tacked on a field goal at the end, a 41-yarder. But in that game, guess what else they had? On a scoregami game, they had a 50-yard field goal in it. There's a 50-yard field goal by John Casey.
You got to have something a little bit spicy.
There you go.